Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff leans on new serve, overcomes first-round foe at US Open. August 27th UPI. Coco Gauff's revamped serve disposed slower deliveries, but supreme athleticism and bustling backhands helped her survive her first foe at the 2025 US Open. Gauff needed nearly 3 hours to earn the 6-4, 6-7-2, 7-5 victory over Ajla Tomljanovic of Australia on Tuesday in Flushing, New York. It was her first victory at a major since winning the 2025 French Open before losing in the first round of Wimbledon 2025. That match was what it was, Gauff told reporters. I'm so used to these long battles. Gauff, who led the WTA Tour with 430 double faults last season and owns the most, 320, this season, said she had tough practice sessions this week, with her shoulder hurting from so many repetitions of her serve. Her new serve coach, biomechanics expert Gavin McMillan, previously worked with world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka. The Belarusian led the WTA Tour in double faults from 2020 to 2023. It's just tough, but I feel like it's in the right direction, Gauff said of her serve. For me, it's about trying not to go back to old habits in those tighter moments. I knew when I did this I was not going to serve the best, but I felt like I didn't want to waste any more time. Gauff totaled 10 double faults in Tuesday's win. The highest-ranked, number 3, American women's or men's player also fired 4 aces, 29 winners, and broke her first-round foe 8 times. Tomljanovic, ranked number 79, totaled 2 aces, 7 double faults, and 12 winners. She converted 6 of 10 break-point opportunities against the American. Gauff will take on number 49 Dana Vekic of Croatia in her next match. The winner will meet number 54 Peyton Stearns of the United States or number 33 Magdalena Frech of Poland in the third round. Vekic advanced with a 3-6, 7-5, 6-3 win over number 40 Jessica Buzas Monero of Spain. Number 24 Naomi Osaka of Japan ousted number 106 Greet Minin of Belgium in straight sets in her first match. Osaka could face Gauff in the fourth round if both players win their next 2 matches. The 4-time Grand Slam winner will first battle number 47 Hailey Baptiste of the United States in her second-round match. Number 2 IJ Swiatek of Poland. Number 9 Amanda Anisimova of the United States. Number 12 Ekaterina Alexandrova of Russia. And number 22 Beatriz Haddad Maia of Brazil were among the other notable women's players to advance on day 3 of the Grand Slam. Top-ranked Jannik Sinner of Italy cruised to a 6-1, 6-1, 6-2 straight sets victory in his opener against number 89 Vit Capriva of the Czech Republic. Number 3 Alexander Zverev of Germany. Number 8 Alex de Minaur of Australia. Number 10 Lorenzo Musetti of Italy and number 14 Tommy Paul of the United States were among the highest-ranked men's players to advance Tuesday in Flushing. Americans Taylor Fritz, number 4, Ben Shelton, number 6, Francis Tiafoe, number 17, and Brandon Nakashima, number 31. Number 2 Carlos Alcaraz of Spain. Number 7 Novak Djokovic of Serbia. Number 11 Holger Rune of Denmark and number 12 Casper Ruud of Norway will be the top men in action on day 4. Americans Jessica Pegula, number 4, and Emma Navarro, number 10. Sabalenka, number 5 Mira Andreeva of Russia. Number 7 Jasmine Paolini of Italy and number 9 Elena Rybakina of Kazakhstan will be among the top women to watch Wednesday at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center. Streaming coverage of the 2025 US Open will air daily from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on ESPN+. Additional second-round coverage will air from 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. on ESPN. The power shift, Coco Gauff's serve to greatness. The night air over Arthur Ashe Stadium buzzed like electricity, even before a single ball had been struck. It was late August, and the New York summer, though beginning to soften, still clung to the concrete jungle with humid tenacity. Fans in visors and vintage Serena jerseys spilled into their seats, ice rattling in plastic cups, expectations high. This wasn't just another first round of the US Open. This was Coco Gauff's next chapter. At 21, Coco had already tasted the paradox of promise, early fame, viral wins, and mounting pressure. But tonight, something about her was different. She didn't bounce onto the court with the exuberance of a teenager anymore. Her presence was quieter now, more grounded, but somehow larger. And it started with a serve. Weeks earlier, the whispers had started in practice courts and locker rooms. Coaches murmured. Commentators speculated. Could it be? Was Gauff finally unlocking the one part of her game that had haunted her since juniors? A reliable, punishing serve. It wasn't always this way. Coco's ground strokes had the bite of champions. Her movement was ballet and fast-forward. Her mind? Strategic, stubborn, sharp. But the serve, her first shot, her introduction, was the one question mark. Too inconsistent, too readable, too slow for the tour's top tier. But now, as she stepped to the baseline, bouncing the ball with metronomic calm, the stadium hushed. She lifted the ball into the lights. Boom. A flat, slicing ace down the tee. Her opponent, a gritty 26-year-old Czech veteran ranked just outside the top 40, turned her head as the ball kissed the court. There was no chasing that one. The scoreboard blinked, 15-love. The crowd erupted, not just for the point, but for the statement. The serve that changed everything. Coco Gauff's new serve wasn't just stronger. It was smarter. It curved like a question mark. It disguised like a magician's hand. The changes were subtle, buried deep in biomechanics. Elbow positioning, toss height, a different grip under pressure. But to those watching closely, it was revolutionary. Her new coach, a quiet technician from Spain named Marco Ferrin, had worked tirelessly with her over the summer. 3 weeks in Mallorca. No press. No distractions. Just fundamentals, over and over. Power comes from trust, he told her. Trust in your technique, in your body, in your mind. That trust was now echoing across Ash Stadium. The serve set the tone, and Coco danced to it. First serves pushed her foe back, opening the court like a story unfolding. Second serves kicked high, forcing awkward returns that she devoured with inside-out forehands. Still, this wasn't a match won in straight lines. Adversity arrives on schedule. By the second set, her opponent had adjusted. Deep returns, net rushes, a few reckless winners that caught the lines. Coco was suddenly down a break. The old Coco might have panicked here, might have rushed her shots, argued with herself, flailed for a momentum shift. But the new Coco took a deep breath. She walked to the towel. She looked up, not at the box, not at the fans, but just up, like a pilot steadying herself above turbulence. When she returned, her serve reappeared with even more conviction. Ace. Service winner. Ace. Hold. And then a break. And then the roar. Arthur Ashe Stadium lives for these moments. The ones where you can feel greatness clicking into place like gears on a timepiece. When a young athlete stops being a story and starts being a storm. Coco won 6-3, 7-5. The stats told one story, 10 aces. 72% first serve percentage. Only 2 double faults. But the match told another. This wasn't just a first-round win. This was Coco announcing herself not as a contender, but as a force. The girl becomes the game. After the match, reporters gathered in the interview room, hungry for quotes. Coco walked in wearing a light blue hoodie and a grin she couldn't suppress. Feels good, she said. The serve's finally where I want it to be. Took some time, but we're getting there. One reporter asked her what had changed. Honestly, she laughed. I got sick of hearing people say I couldn't serve. The room laughed with her, but her eyes didn't flinch. People forget, she said, that when you're growing up in front of the world, you're still growing. I'm not the same girl from Wimbledon at 15. I'm not supposed to be. She looked around the room, then added, this version of me is just getting started. The ripple effect. By the next morning, headlines lit up sports sites and social feeds. Coco Gauff's serve is a problem for everyone else. Title threat? Gauff's new weapon makes her dangerous. From potential to power, Coco's evolution is real. But beyond the stats and stories, the effect was deeper. At public courts in Brooklyn, little girls adjusted their service tosses, mimicking Coco's motion. In a Florida tennis academy, A coach pulled up her match on a tablet. "Watch this," he told a 12-year-old student. "That's how a champion adapts." Even Serena Williams, now happily retired and raising her daughters, posted a fire emoji on her Instagram story with the caption, "Coco's cooking fired." It wasn't just about tennis. It was about growth, about struggle, about refusing to be defined by limitations. What comes next? The U.S. Open is a grind. The first round is just the beginning. Ahead were seated giants, upstarts with nothing to lose, and the ghost of past exits whispering from the tunnel walls. But something had shifted. Gauff's serve was more than a shot. It was a symbol that she had done the work, that she had listened, and then listened only to herself, that she believed. Belief, not in the abstract, but in the concrete repetition of action. That's what the serve demanded, and that's what she gave it. She'd always had the charisma, the court sense, the hunger. Now she had to serve to match. And suddenly, everything felt possible. Author's note: this piece is a fictionalized narrative inspired by real themes and headlines surrounding Coco Gauff's growth as a tennis player. While match details and specific statistics have been adapted creatively, the story is rooted in Coco's real-life journey of development, resilience, and rising dominance in the world of professional tennis. She is, quite literally, serving notice,